you need to stop bulking right now. I already know before this video starts, people are gonna start saying shit like,
he's not qualified to talk about bulking, and you know, he's only 20 years old, he doesn't even have a certificate, or
just shut the fuck up. This is based on my own experience. I don't know if I'm different. You guys could be completely different from me, but this is my own personal experience of how bulking has fucked up my health. No, I did not dirty bulk. I'm not dirty bulking. I'm not eating a bunch of bullshit food. I am eating relatively clean, which my diet consists of foods that are high on protein and carbs, as well as vitamins. So I take multivitamins, ashwagandha supplements, and it's been helping me build my muscle. Bulking so far has really helped me build my muscle frame and everything, but there is a fundamental value as far as anything regarding bulking goes that is just terrible. Like, a value in the sense that, like, it's not good for you. And it will literally kill you faster and faster if you end up doing it the longer. I'm gonna give you a story of how I discovered why bulking's bad for me. I've been bulking for relatively close to a year and a half now. I started bulking around January of 2022, so about a little over a year now. I was around 153 pounds and now I'm 171. The height of my bulk, I was 175, and that was during November of 2022. Recently, I ended up having someone, like a girl, come over to my apartment, and she decided to spend the night with me. While I was asleep, she told me in the morning that I was snoring really loud, so I was like, and there would just be instances where I wouldn't breathe. Like, I literally, like, would just be like, it sounds funny as fuck, but it was like, she was singing like I was like having some sort of breathing problem, and I recently discovered that I could potentially have sleep apnea. Sleep apnea does run in a part of my family, specifically my dad's side, where it's kind of an on and off thing. It's not something that I know for a fact that I've had my entire life. Sleep apnea is something that I think I've just been having recently. Sleep apnea can be caused by a lot of things. It can be caused by stress, anxiety, and stuff like that, which I have been sort of a little bit. But the main thing is that your neck and your tonsils, like if your neck is too thick and you have like amount of dense weight, it can easily block the airways if you lay down like flat. So unfortunately for me, I like to sleep on my stomach, which is rare. Most people like to sleep on their side, but it just feels weird to me. So I ended up sleeping on my stomach, and since I'm on a flat surface, it's so easy for me to just toss and turn around and then mouth breathe while I'm sleeping, which is the default way that I breathe while I'm sleeping, is mouth breathing. And when you mouth breathe and you have that anxiety and stuff like that, it is a lot harder for you to breathe, and you're essentially going through a fucking war when you're sleeping, and it really messes with your breathing. And the thing that I've really begun to notice is whenever I was told that, I was thinking, do I have sleep apnea? So I started looking up shit, started taking quizzes, and it's likely that I do. Aside from that, the other things that I've been discovering is that it's been a lot harder for me to breathe through my nose. I never had a problem with with nose breathing. I've never been a mouth breather awake. I've always just been like, if I was in a classroom, I'd just be like, you know, I'm not like, I was never really a mouth breather as a kid. I was never really a mouth breather my entire life, but it's been becoming more and more difficult for me to breathe. That has to be for a lot of reasons. The number one is that when you're bulking, this is why I don't recommend you bulk, is because you have to risk your cardiovascular health. And this is so much more important than any health benefit as far as physical shit goes. It's better than having an aesthetic body, a good physique, good strength. You need a good cardiovascular system. When I was in high school, I did soccer, I did wrestling for a year, and I did track for 4 years of school, and my cardiovascular system was excellent. I wasn't really a bodybuilder, I wasn't consuming a lot of caffeine. Ever since I've been bulking, I've been consuming a high amount of calories along with excessive exercises, and I take pre-workout as well, and the pre-workout that I've been taking has been 2. So typically I've been taking the pre-workout Woke AF, which is from Bucked Up, the company, which has over 333 milligrams of caffeine. The second pre-workout I've been taking is Gorilla Mode. So if you know More Plates, More Dates, the YouTuber, it's his pre-workout supplement line, which that, if you double scoop it, is 340 something milligrams of caffeine, which that is a really high dose, and I've been taking this for quite some time now, and my cardiovascular health in general has not been nearly as good as it was before. I played basketball with my friends like recently, a few weeks ago, and I was absolutely winded after the first minute, which is weird because my cardio has always been pretty good. But just recently my cardio has been shit. It's been hard for me to breathe, which I could easily end up having a stroke before age 30 if I don't get this shit figured out. Most people shouldn't just only bulk and not do any sort of cardiovascular health, but if you have the money to do cardio and to eat a lot of food and still bulk like that, that is the best case scenario, 100%, is if you can bulk but still be able to like run and lose calories, but then just make that up, perfect. But most of us can't because we don't have that type of money to just go through that much food. So it's a little bit more difficult for guys like us to kind of manage those two things. And if you run for an excessive amount of time, it's a little bit difficult. I'm still kind of confused on whether or not I should keep bulking but still implement cardio as a part of like my routine, because it is the #1 important thing to maintain good health. And that's why bodybuilders, you hear all the time, that's why most bodybuilders drop dead when they're young, is because they don't consider their cardiovascular health. They always focus about looking good in the muscles, which is nice, but what is the point of it when you're not actually healthy? Your body has more to take care of with the more lean muscle mass that you have, and it has nothing to do with fat. Fat is unhealthy in many ways, but as far as your overall body trying to take care of yourself, it has more work to do when you have lean muscle mass rather than just fat. And when you're bulking and you're not doing cardio, it really starts to show that, yeah, your heart's fucked. At least the way I've been going about bulking, which is consuming an excessive amount of caffeine, along with not doing a lot of cardio exercises. I've been doing this for over a year now, and eating a lot of calories, it's not good for me. Now, the thing that you're probably wondering is, where the hell do we even go from here? You say you don't need a bulk, but what the fuck do I do? I can't just cut. This is where I really start to believe in the main gaining thing, which a lot of people are kind of just dissing, and a lot of fitness YouTubers will say, yeah, just bulk and then cut, bulk and cut, and it's like, that helps in so many ways, but when you main gain, it's really just bulking, but in the sense of you're not eating an excessive amount of calories and you're still building muscle. So you eat your maintenance calorie intake and you're still doing an excessive amount of exercises. So you're not consuming as many calories if you're bulking, but you're still consuming more calories than you're cutting. So you are taking the essential calories to work out and stuff, and you're not overly consuming that sort of stuff. But that's what I'm probably going to end up doing from now on, is eating foods that are high on carbs and high on protein, still working out, but not eating an excessive amount and doing cardio. No one's ever said this before. I've never heard any YouTuber, self-improvement YouTuber, anyone mention cardio is very important and you need to do it even when you're bulking. So if you have trouble, like if you have like the same situation I am, where you don't think you can afford enough to eat food while you're still running, then I think you should just start main gaining, which I'm not knowledgeable on main gaining. I really don't know much about it. So I'm gonna watch more YouTube videos and talk to you and teach you my lessons on what I've learned. But as of right now, my bulking phase is almost over, and I'm gonna be cutting over the summertime anyway. So I'm probably gonna go back down to 160. I have free coaching until February, down below, but yeah. It's been Palms Really. As always, I'll see you guys on the next video. And also, there is a free course that's coming out, and it's called How I Cured My Porn Addiction. It's for free. It's going to be on YouTube and everything, so stay tuned for that. See you later, man!